This is Phil Smith, and my wife and I were married for 45 years, and she passed away 2 years ago in September. And we'd introduce ourselves as I'm Phil and Jolene, and she's Jolene and Phil. That's how close we were. So it has been a new life here, living without her, and I'm glad that she's in heaven. Every time I start thinking about, oh, I miss Jolene so much, I wish she was here with me, I automatically quickly start praising God that she's in heaven. And one thing that has made it very much easier to let those lonely feelings is I had two dreams. The first one came about 2 years ago. We were, in my dream, we were walking down a street in town, and we came to a stoplight, and the stoplight was red. Jolene ran across the street on that red light, and I was just, thought, wait a minute, wait. But I went ahead and walked across the other way on the green, woke up, and I thought, oh my goodness. First of all, Jolene had never run in her whole life. She had some paralysis in her legs. Plus, when she was a child, she had kidney disease and had that throughout her life. She had never been running, ever. And then I realized not only did she run across the street on a red light, but I couldn't go with her. I had to go on the green light. I was still here. But just realizing that dream meant that she had a new life and happiness and just full of energy and free. She was free. And then about, I'd say 5 months ago, I had another dream. I was just the observer here in this dream again, and she was running down I'm going to call it a dock over a body of water, and she was running just gleefully. Right behind her was a teenager girl, and then behind her was a little toddler child, and they were running to the end of that dock and jumped in the water, just having the most fun, and it was like they were really having freedom in their lives and enjoying that. And I realized, and I recognized that was Jolene, but then I thought, well, that teenager is Cherise, our daughter, who had been killed in a car accident, and when she was 16. And then the little child behind her, I felt certain it was the unborn child that had been aborted from Cherise. And they were all there together in heaven, living a new life. So those things, I believe, were a message to me that God allowed to give me some comfort and peace and happiness for Jolene to be in Cherise and this baby. Well, anyhow, of course, I am living with the consequences of abortion now. I have no children, and I have no grandchildren, so I am alone. But I'm at peace, and I know someday I'll join them in heaven. I look forward to that time, but for now, God has other purposes for me here on earth. So that's how I'm living through a loss that's hard to live with. I appreciate you listening to this testimony. Goodbye.